It's time for a new adventure.
Welcome back to another episode of Adventures in Business. This is your co-host, Amy Zander with ZDA Media, and I am flying solo here today. Lisa has a big training schedule that she's got going on, but that's okay. I'm going to take good care of you, and we have a very exciting guest today. We have Dave Paxton, the owner of Paxton Countertops. How you doing, Dave?
Doing great.
Good.
Can I stop real quick?
What'd
Can I show my prop? My little
Yeah,
prop
show your prop. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, one of my guys in the shop makes these.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our audio listeners who can't see right now, Dave has a giant gold helmet that looks kind of like a gladiator helmet or a warrior helmet on.
Spartan.
Yeah. Spartan. Okay. Spartan. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. So other than it being Spartan for MSU, does it have any other significance for your company?
Oh, one of the best movies ever written. 300. It's about right people, right seats. You got their back. They've got yours. 300 people that demolished 10,000. Just bodies that are there. So yeah. Oh, it's a great metaphor.
Nice. Yeah. And as a family-run business with a pretty dynamic team, you guys all have each other's backs, right?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
We grew up playing in a band, my family, and now we're in business. So we had to be like, hey, you screwed up there. And you had to on stage continue playing, so
right.
It also works in business.
Absolutely. Yeah. So speaking of your business, tell everybody about Paxton Countertops.
So Paxton Countertops is a 43-year-old family business. We're a true family business. Multiple Paxtons working in the shop, on the field in sales, and leadership. And we make countertops, all types. So every material type, one source for that. You don't have to go to one guy to make your laminate, one guy for your stone, one guy for your porcelain. You come to one place. We run on a fully digital operation. So actually, we've only been fully digital since 2016, when really the market opened up significantly. And then now we're not a manual shop, we're a digital shop. We run on a consistent lead time, which is 6 days. That's a little bit about just us, our three uniques.
Yeah. So 6 days is a pretty short lead time in the industry, correct?
Most of our competitors are 4 to 6 weeks. The big difference between that is how we in order to hit 6 days, you have to have three things. The materials need to be available. So it can't be in Brazil being mined at the moment. Your project needs to be ready for templates. So cabinets in their permanent position, and then all details final. We don't want to rush anybody on those details. We want to wait until it take as long as you want, but realize that the clock's not ticking until those details are final.
Right. So walk us through quickly the process of getting countertops from Paxton.
Sure. So if you're in the Lansing market, you could walk into our showroom at 6003 West Saginaw Highway, right next to, the Red Wing boot store. Everybody knows where that place is. Everybody buys Red Wings, I guess. But or UPS, and you walk in, look at samples, kind of get an idea of what you want. One of our salespeople can consult with you and kind of say, what are you looking for? What do you cook a lot? Do you never touch it and you just want something beautiful? Do you have hard water, like maybe Grand Ledge water that's full of calcium that builds up on your black shiny countertop and never goes away? So we know countertops. We don't have a like lawnmower department or anything like that. We specifically do one thing. We just try to be the best at it. After making your selections, we can give you a price right on the spot. Unless it's pretty complicated or you're not sure of a detail, then we'd send you a quote. Then you'd say, yeah, that sounds good. Maybe change a detail and proceed from there. After you said, yeah, quote looks good, then we would set up an install date and a template date that works for you. And that template and install date are within 6 days of each other. Unless that's the best case scenario. If you want it for 2 days later because you have a dentist appointment, that's fine as well.
Right. Yeah. So we recently got countertops from your company a few months ago, and I thought the whole process was really fascinating. The templating part is really cool. So you send somebody in and they have this laser thingy-mabobber on a tripod, and they measure everything in your kitchen by laser, and it's so cool. I mean, they adjust for everything like the outlets and the corners and the windowsills and every little tiny detail they account for, and they create the template on their tablet, and you look at it, and it's just amazing.
Well, that didn't used to be that way. We used to make stick templates of everything. So for instance, if we're doing somebody's cabin that lives here, but their cabin's up in Traverse City, not a big deal to go up there and template it. You know, you don't have to drive a big truck to haul your templates around. So we do cover the state of Michigan. If anyone does have a place that they want to, you know, we go to Grand Rapids a lot. We go to Detroit a lot. You know, so our footprints is pretty decent based on our digital templating capability.
Right. And so besides kitchen countertops, which is the thing that comes to most people's minds when you think about countertops, talk about some of the other things that you guys do.
Oh, we've done some pretty wild ones. We did some bars, you know, which I guess is a countertop, but we also do showers. We'll make the shower pans. We make them for the Navy right now, which we ship down to Pensacola, Florida, as needed. We make signs, you know, emblems. We have water jets and robots and stuff like that, so we can cut pretty fancy, crazy stuff. And we do a lot of that. That's kind of what we get pretty passionate about.
Right.
I don't know if it's like a huge moneymaker, but we like doing it.
Right.
Like some wild things.
Yeah, and so you do residential and commercial. So you do a lot of things for commercial as well. I mean, I know on your website you have a picture of beautiful the walls of like an elevator lobby and things like that.
Vertical application is pretty sweet. That's where you you know, you might take 2 slabs in a great room, and maybe you don't want a fireplace. Maybe you don't even need that. You might just do 2 book match slabs. Have you ever seen that where they'll take a block of stone and they'll cut it like bread, but then they'll open them up? That's called book matching. And so you get mirror images of each other. And a lot of times it looks like a face of like a bat flying or something like that.
Okay.
But really cool and becoming very popular in great rooms. I'm actually in my house looking at a good spot to put one now. But I just want the perfect slab that, you know, that will complement it, all my deer heads and stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So talk a little bit more about this being a family-owned business, a couple generations. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you go through growing pains and stuff like that. You know, we were a manual shop back in 2015 and always had been. And, you know, the market changed. And all of a sudden we couldn't get the work done. And so we bought a water jet, you know, and, you know, we do have our leadership team, which kind of facilitates our direction and helps to execute our 10-year plan. But family members are involved. So my dad, who started our business, you know, from the infancy out of his garage over on Eat Highway, over by the airport there. But, you know, he still is involved as far as decision making and stuff, but doesn't sit on the leadership team. He still sits in the owner's box. But, you know, good counsel, because he's been through 3 recessions. I've been through 1, you know, so I like having that feedback of, you know, just, you know, here's what we did then, you know, here's our things we did to combat that. And I guess hard lessons that we had, because I've had a lot of hard lessons, and I want to make sure that we learn from those mistakes, not live in fear, but learn from those mistakes so we can make better decisions in the future. Right. My sister's involved in our business. She's in operations and is involved in our leadership team. She's a go-getter. She runs a million miles a minute always. So you might see her driving around, you know, she might be speeding, but you know. My mom retired from the state of Michigan 5 years ago. No, it was probably 5 years ago. And we're like, hey, you should come watch my kids. And she's like, no. And like, well, how about being our CFO? And she's like, oh, okay. Like, so she's been in the CFO seat and on our leadership team as well. But she's a CPA, which is good to have that type of mind involved in the business. You know, somebody that understands numbers. They talk to them. So yeah.
Right.
So that's a little bit about our family. We grew up in, you know, in the Grand Ledge area, you know, born and raised, and plan on building a new shop over in Eagle. We own the property right off 96. It's not a mega site. It's just a countertop company, you know, so you got to be careful about that.
Right.
But
yeah, my next question was going to be, what are you looking forward to for the rest of this year and into 2024? And I assume that's a big thing you're looking forward to.
Oh, for sure. Most excited about our big plan, our big 10-year plan, and building the right people in the right seats in order to execute that plan. Part of that plan is to have our destination, our main facility, which is on 17 acres, right on the corner of Grange and Clark Road in Eagle. And so we're kind of moving ahead with that. We've had some hiccups and stuff with, you know, prices doubling, tripling in some cases, and interest rates triple. And so, you know, you keep moving ahead. You can't worry about things like that. We don't have control over. There's things we have control over. There's things we don't. I don't have control over the economy or, you know, interest rates and stuff. So we just adjust as we're going and execute the 10-year plan. All the arrows pointed in the same direction.
Right. So what is this facility going to look like or do?
So we have two phases. Phase one, we're going to put a slab gallery in. And so that's going to be a bunch of slabs that are brought in from, different regions of granite, marble, quartzites, quartz, porcelains, where people can walk down in high definition lighting and just see them for themselves and pick the slab that they want. We do that here now, but we don't have that facility set up to where you can really just see everything and just walk the rows. So that's one part of it. And we're moving our solid surface and laminate shop. So that's phase one. Phase two is going to be our stone shop, and all of our offices are going to move, and build that facility. So we'll be on that 17 acres and, able to, kind of do what we want, a little more control of our destiny. Then when you get packed into a place and you can't add on, you can't do all these things. So also being on our own water, we do recycle all of our water, but to be able to, not have a water bill,
right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I have full disclosure, I work with Paxton Countertops for helping you guys with your marketing. So I'm in your shop a lot, and we did a video shoot a while ago, and it was, I saw, I think 2 of your kids were there working too. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So if anybody ever thinks that we aren't focused on safety, I do have my kids work in the shop, but I want my people to be safe. It's a big deal to us that, we're working in a safe, clean environment that's, that people are happy to be there. I want people years from now to look back and say, I was part of building that team that didn't exist. We have a huge opportunity right now too. So I enjoy what I do almost every day.
Almost every day. Sure. Well, we all have parts of our jobs we don't always like, right? Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we ask people on the show is if there's anybody in the community, either specifically or generally, that you are looking to connect for Paxton Countertops, either as a customer or a referral partner, or if you're hiring or things like that, please put it out into the airwaves and see if we can get you a connection.
Yeah, we are always looking for people that are our core values, which we made an acronym for them. It's WISER. So workforce, intuitive wise. Intuitive wise is kind of that you can 3 steps ahead, anticipating, caring about your decision making, self-managed, people that don't need to have their hand held the whole time. They can be like, got it, go. Enthusiastic. We want people that kind of move a little quicker, safely. Gotta say that, but and then reverence, kind of that, you have this long-term plan in this direction. And that people want to be around these people, kind of the salt of the earth type. If you think of like eggs with no salt and they're kind of like, those aren't very good. A little bit of salt on it. Those are the people we're looking for. So.
Perfect. Okay. And you are hiring, right?
Always on the hiring path. We're looking for right people, right seats. It's first before anything else. We know that the right people are influential and a must in order to get to where we want to go. Referrals, though, multifamily, we're very good at multifamily. We're very aggressive in pricing and getting it in a timely manner. So we can go like laser a whole floor, produce it on a second shift and go put it in. We're able to meet lead times that I know other people can't do, where they're outsourcing to people like me. So I would say that would be a big one, is multifamily work. And another thing we really like doing bars. Like if somebody wants to dig in and make something cool, I want to make a UP bar that's water jet out in the state of the UP or the Upper Peninsula, not the state of, and then chisel the edge and make it to where people come sit up at it like a free floating lit bar. If anybody wants to dig in and brainstorm on a bar type, we've done a lot of them, and we've done ones that are going to be around for a long time. So
cool.
Challenge us.
All right. So you've heard it. Paxton Countertops is hiring. They're looking to connect with multi-family property management people and somebody who's looking to make a really, really cool bar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and that would be for a business or in their home, right? Either
for
one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Outdoor patio stuff bars. Yeah. You can really make some, the materials are endless. Right. It is pretty cool though with our customers. Something I've been like buying bolts from places, and you see some of these jobs that people do and you're like, and then our customers see their cool slab of marble that's on there and they're like, I want to sleep on it. And they hug you and they cry and stuff. And you're like, that's just a countertop, and you're like, but that's the reaction you get a lot of times. So if you're looking for a place to work, there aren't many things where you get to work with cool tools, with cool materials like this.
Right. Yeah, I do enjoy looking at your reviews online. People are very enthusiastic about their new countertops. Well, and those faster lead times is key because especially if you're having a kitchen redone, you don't want to be without your kitchen for very long.
Yeah, the coffee pot on top of the toilet, doing the dishes in the bathtub that
The
gets old.
refrigerator in the dining room. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. But
Absolutely.
we do work, we are just, countertops. So if it gets outside of that to where it's, we're not a remodeler is one thing we're not. We know what we're good at and what we're not. We do have people that we network with that we do a lot of work for that we refer for if you are looking for something more than that, like a wall's coming out or cabinets are being replaced or anything like that. So, we can help there too, just to connect you with the right person.
Excellent. So tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you or find more information about your company.
So several ways you could like and share our Facebook page would be one way. Second would be to go to our website. You can get information on to get a quote. You can email any of us on there. And also you can stop in at our showroom at 6003 West Saginaw Highway, right next to UPS and the
Yep, just west
Red
of the
Wing store.
mall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And so their website is paxtonsurfaces.com. And then you would email info@paxtonsurfaces.com.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there anything else that you want to tell our listeners or talk about before we wrap up?
Well, yeah, just kind of looking forward to the future. I mean, things change constantly, and you just gotta be ready to embrace it. There was, so there are some things. If you want to know something personal, maybe something that somebody didn't find out about me online or anything is I am like a tree hugger. So like I do like to sit out in the woods and actually hug trees. My tree stands, big outdoorsman. Like to hike, like to mushroom hunt, things like that. Kind of into getting into health, kind of turn into a health nut a little bit. So if anybody ever wants to talk about health, I enjoy talking about it. But you have a long ways to go, of course. But looking out for what's healthy for you, so you can live longer and not have to be tied to a million pharmaceuticals. So
right. Yeah, you have some incentives and things with your team as far as that goes, right? You guys do kickboxing or something together as a team?
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So we cover the time for you to be there, and then for multiple times a week, and we also cover the membership. We think that sweating and burning off some calories helps you think better and solve problems better, and also kind of stepping outside of your roles at work and just hey, I didn't even know you. You're in sales, but I'm on the shop floor. And you're like, oh, you sweat like me. Kind of a human aspect. You sweat together and grind together. You think it's a different, that whole 300 thing. So
yeah, team. Yeah, that's quite unusual, I think, for a company of your size to offer that to their client or to their employees.
There's so many things they say you can't do. Like you can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm like, well, we're doing it. So tell me how to do it and do. Like that's the benefit of being a small company. You're not a number.
Right.
I know your name, you know my name. We're not private equity, we're family owned. So we're going to make decisions, and part of our 10-year plan, we say we're going to maintain a heart as we grow. Where I think that's what's lost. I've seen that with so many companies. Why people don't buy from a lot of these big corporations because they completely lose their heart. And because there is no heart. So that's the best part of being in a small business and why I'm proud to be part of this family, quick lead time, like just doing your best every day. So
right. Well, and I think that offers you the opportunity to be a lot more creative in what you can offer your customers too.
Yeah. Yep. You can make decisions and adjust and change on the fly as the market changes. The larger you are, the harder it is to do that. It's harder to change the direction of the ship. So.
Right. Sure. Do you have any events or sales or anything coming up that you want to let everybody know about?
So this October, I think it's the 23rd, but we will have it on like and share our Facebook page because we're going to have a party that we have every year. That is one thing we're good at is countertops and having parties. But we're going to have Paxtoberfest, which is in October. It also will be part of a remnant blowout sale where we need to get rid of these parts and pieces that are good for vanities, tabletops, end tables, maybe a wall piece. As you walk into your great room, a nice, cool, chiseled edge piece. Maybe you want a sign made. And, we just have to purge periodically. So we have 2 a year. So that'll be part of that. But at our Paxtoberfest, we're going to have food. We're going to have live music. Just a chance for people to kind of get to know each other more on a personal level. So favorite customers, larger clients and accounts, friends. Just come join us. It's open. So.
Are you getting the family band back together for that?
Oh, probably not. Maybe.
You have enough of each other at work.
Yeah. My sister and dad will probably play something.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. So, absolutely follow Paxton Countertops on social media and check out their website for more information about that. Put Paxtoberfest on your calendar.
Sure.
And also, if you're looking for, like Dave said, a remnant, a smaller piece, something like that you can get on discount for one of those smaller projects that you've got, something that you've been meaning to get to around the house or office, this is your chance.
It is.
Yeah. Dave, thank you so much for joining us here at Adventures in Business. We really appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, thanks, Amy. Good talking as always.
Yeah, take care.
And have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. And to our listeners, thank you again for joining us on this adventure. We release new episodes every Wednesday. You can find us at zediamedia.com or wherever you listen to your podcast. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, which is Adventures in Business. We hope you have a great day. And as always, go out and make it an adventure.
This is a Zedia Media production.